Hello, and here we are back in Skyrim for another mod showcase. And in this video we have, well, technically I got 5, but one of them's very hard to show you, so I'll just tell you because I've decided to add it in myself. But yeah, but we got a few different mods to look at in this video. We got a couple of returning names and a couple of new names. But to begin with, I will basically mod number 1, which is again it's kind of a more of a difficult one to actually show you physically. So I'll have to basically explain it to you what it is, because it's only very simple. It's very mechanical, and it is set the time scale to 6 by Count Sexy Pants. Basically, so what it does is the game's time scaling is obviously not matched to the real world, obviously. And the way that it's set is basically that for every minute that passes in the real world, 20 minutes pass in the game. So 10 minutes pass in the game, it's 200 minutes pass. Well, 10 minutes in real life, 200 minutes pass in the game. 1 minute passes in real life, 20 minutes pass in the game. Right? Simple math. What this basically does is that it sets that scale down to 6. So for every minute that passes in the real world, only 6 minutes pass in the game. Therefore then it's getting the time scaling of the game much closer to real life. But it does say that they couldn't get any lower because apparently there was like some problems with like quest breaking and stuff like that. So there were some like technical issues. This was the lowest they could get to, and apparently without it breaking any quests or like that. So take that with a pinch of salt, because obviously they're not going to be able to test everything. So take it with a pinch of salt. Some time-based stuff might be a bit odd, but some of it might still work fine. So I'll leave a link in the description if you want to have a look at it for yourself, just to try it out. But again, this is one of those ones that I can't really show you because it's very difficult to show you. But this was set time scale to 6 by Count Sexy Pants. Alright, to move on to mod number 2. And, well, funny enough, we ain't got to go far. We've only got to literally go over there. And here we are, basically at the forge. And so, on to the first kind of like more in-depth mod for the video. And this is Dwarven Knight Armour and Mount. Now, this is a port by a channel veteran at this fucking point. So this is a port by Xtudo. If you've watched some of the other videos, you know who I'm talking about. But the original mod was made by Chukaku. So what this does is, well, it says Dwarven Knight, but it's a little bit different. It's not so much Dwarven in the ways of Elder Scrolls Dwarven. It is actually more, I'm going to say, more the Hobbits and like Lord of the Rings inspired by design. But for it, funny enough, it's not the Dwarven tree you need. Funny enough, you actually need the Ebony tree for this. Kind of missed a mark there, but oh well, Ebony tree it is. And so you're going to go to the Ebony tree and you're going to find Dwarven Knight armour, and then boots, gauntlets, a helmet. You've got a mace, which looks more like a hammer, has to be said. Shield, a warhammer, which I'm going to guess is basically that's your one-handed, that's your two-handed. So it's just probably like the other one, just a bit bigger and a bit more golden. And then if we go down into the miscellaneous, there are a couple of things which I think these certain things were added in, I think, by Xtudo, because the Xtudo's port has certain tweaks and stuff made by Xtudo, which they've included in the port. There you see we've got a cloak. There is a Dwarven Knight skirt, so obviously it has a female in mind, but the actual mod itself has more of the male character in mind. And then you can basically shoulder, or basically this big chunky fat pauldrons. Right, so I have all, as far as I am aware, all the main stuff created. Now we are going to go to the 10 rack in a short bit for something else, which is, funny enough, the mount part. But first off, let's have a look at the actual armors themselves. Well, have a look at it. We'll have a look at the weapons first. So that looks like that. Jesus Christ, that's huge. But it's a hammer. Kind of looks a bit like, you know, it's very mold unit-esque as well. But yes, not the fastest, but I would expect it to be. But that is, well, I call it the hammer. It's technically classed as a mace, but let's face it, it looks more like a hammer. And then we've got the dwarf. Holy shit! Fucking hell! That's huge. That is absolutely ginormous. And all it can do to the wall is create a bit of dust, not knock it down. That's it. So, without the extra things added in, which I think it's more case, the extra things that are added in, I think might be based more for women, probably with the shoulders, but and it's what you get. So as you can see, you know, the model itself is fine. Nothing wrong with the model. Looks good. There might be some funniness going on with my one, but that's just because of like animations that my character has. So some of this stuff might not happen with your character. But yeah, in general, armor looks good. Model looks good. No, the one thing I do like is that it's not excessively chunky. Despite the fact that it's more aimed for the male character, it's not chunky, which I like. So let's just have a look at the other stuff on. So we got the cloak. Yeah, you got yourself a cloak. You know, it's a generic kind of looking cloak, but it, you know, it does the job. It looks like a cloak. Then we got the skirt part, which obviously this is more aimed for, well, really it's kind of more aimed for those who basically be playing the female character, but hey, wear what you want to wear at the end of the day. I don't give a shit. And then after that we got the last thing, which is the shoulder pads. Now obviously this is where it's probably going to get, you know, it's going to chunk up a little bit, but it still doesn't. Obviously it looks chunky now because obviously it's meant to look chunky at this point because you got its pauldrons. It's going to look a bit chunkier. But yeah, all in all, I like it. I mean, I'll probably not end up keeping it like as I've done with most of the armors, but in the actual model, I like it. It's a good looking model. What I was going to say, if you're a fan of like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and that kind of it, and the Silmarillion and all that kind of that universe, maybe this might be a fun mod for you. Alright, so this was, oh shit, wait a minute, I can't outro just yet. I mean, I do need to get rid of some stuff, so bear with me for 2 seconds. Actually, wait a minute, don't bear with me, if not for actually none whatsoever. I forgot I got my God King boots. So, we'll come back here again, and here we can learn this. Telltale. Conjure sharp horns. Summons sharp horns for 120 seconds wherever the caster is pointing. Okay. Cool, look how I got a Chief Gold Soldier. So, we crafted that. Then we shall then learn the said spell. Gotta find it in here now. Boom. Then we're gonna, right, should be conjuration. Go. So just to make things a bit better, I am gonna fast forward the time to daytime just so it's a bit easier to see things really. Right, now I just need to find out if I can actually summon the dude in here. I might not be able to. I should be able to. And okay, there we are. And here is Sharp Horns. There you see, it's basically just an ibex on steroids.
Dangerous. Keep your distance.
Who's already pre-munching. He's munching them steroids. So yeah, and then yeah, he's just your mount. And then there you go. Now, obviously, I am instantly thinking The Hobbit here. Because obviously, forget the name of the character. Someone played by Billy Connolly. Yeah, you know, he rides around on a goat, basically, like a goat creature kind of thing. I think it comes up in it's come up in other depictions of dwarfs in the past as well, obviously not just the Hobbit. But yeah, so there you go. This little dude, well, I say little, Sharp Horns here, does encroach on the aspect of the dwarven ideal just a little bit more. And we'll get up him. I don't know how long it lasts. I think it said it was 120 seconds. So, I mean, Bragan seems excited about it though. All right, so yeah, that is it. There's not too much else to do with this dude. I think he's just a summonable mount basically, and he's had enough already. All right, I think that's a sign that basically you can wrap this one up. So right, this was Dwarven Knight Armor and Mount by Chukaku and ported to Xbox by Xtutor. And as always, there will be a link in the description below if you want to check out the mod for yourself, or if you think I like goat, give me goat. But right, we're going to move on to mod number 2, 3, depending on how you want to look at it. Technically for this one, again, nice short simple one. I ain't gonna go that far, so I'll see you just over there. Right, and here we are with mod number 2. Just had to basically get Irrelevant to feck off. But right, so mod number 2 is another sort of small mechanical one, which is Dragon Priest quest markers by the Oscar Zero. So what this one does, it's kind of basically what it says on the tin. Basically, it helps you if there's a particular book you need to read. It's basically this one, but I don't think this is a special book just for this mod. This is a book you can find in the game in general. Basically, what it does is you can find this in a couple of places, and when you read the book, what is supposed to happen is that it's meant to basically set quest markers, or start a quest but remove quest markers to the locations to all of the Dragon Priests. Okay, now okay, right. So we're good to sort that one out, turn that one off. So Dragon Cult, so it should be now, okay, and as you can see now, it's got all the markers down for where you can find Dragon Priests. But it does not include the ones that are found in Solstheim. But that's not. So as you can see, it does say Narkrin at Skoldhofen. It does tell you it, but it doesn't show you on the map because it can't. So I'm just going to quickly just follow one of the markers, make sure it's all running fine and dandy. So I'm going to see you at Sheer Point. Alright, so it should be just approaching Sheer Point now. Actually, I do want to just make sure I made this easy enough for myself. So we're just going to think, because I can't have to spend 1,000 years fighting this dude. Can you? So yeah, so we've got Sheer Point over here, and I think the dude is literally just over there. Well, normally he's obviously staying in this little box. There's his little box, and then boom, there you go. Oh, goat's coming in, dude. Yeah, there you go. You know, that's a take this stuff. Learn the word awesome here. But yeah, so yeah, there you go. You know, it does what it says on the tin. So if you wanted to basically just do a fast track the thing, because you can't quite remember where all the Dragon Priests are, there you go. There you go. Kind of makes sense to actually have it as a quest marker. But again, so yeah, little mechanical one. So this was Dragon Priest quest markers by the Oscar Zero, and of course I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to add it to yours. The file size is tiny, so I don't think it'll do you any harm to download it. Right, so we're going to move on to mod number 3, 4, or whatever number it is. For this one, we actually need to go to Windhelm, but I also need to make sure that I have enough magical power. Alright, and here we are with mod number 4. No, 4. And this is Remorseless Winter by the Recusant X, but ported by Lunar Liquid. And what this basically does, from what I can gather, at least anyway, is that it adds in a bunch of whole new, like some new spells, or primarily more spells more than anything else. And apparently it's apparently taken some inspiration from like World of Warcraft and sort of like the whole Lich thing with World of Warcraft, which I don't know that much about, so I can't really explain that much because I don't know that much about it. But yeah, so to kind of basically find it, you just need to come to Windhelm and basically come up to Candlehearth Hall, and outside should be this urn, and it says Remains of a Fallen Prince, as you can see on the screen. Now, the frozen heart, I think if you eat it, it summons like 3 something to you. So I'm not going to eat it, I'm just going to take it for now. But as you can see, we got a whole bunch of spells. There's a lot. And also Frostworm. So that's going to be fun. If I can cast it. Because I don't know how the magic balancing works with this one. Alright, so slated myself just a few spells to learn. Okay, just to show off. There is also a power, which I think just might get out or either added automatically or it gets added to you once you activate the urn. I'm not entirely sure, I didn't see anything. But in the power, you got Merciful Master. You activate Masters of the Undead, preventing your minions from being summoned. Use again to reactivate. Now exactly how that works, I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna guess that maybe it stops other necromancers from reanimating things that you bring with you. I'm guessing. That's kind of what I'm getting from that. I might be wrong, which I probably am, but that's what I'm getting from that. Right, so now we're at a safe distance from civilization, even though we got a couple of horses and a dude over there who's probably going to end up getting killed at some fucking point in some stupid ass fucking way. But now down here, so I'm going to have a look at that. So obviously I'm going to do Speak Shape probably last, because I know how that works. I kind of already know how that's going to work. So we're going to have a look at Death Coil. So it's one-handed. So charge it up. So it does use magic, that's fine. And then we go bleh. Oh, little green ball. And I go bleh. Okay. I will probably test that on some people. I just want to test it without needing everyone trying to kill me to begin with. But we'll try some of this stuff out on actual people, so don't worry. I've got Hound and Blast. I've got a feeling it's going to look very similar. There you go. Clear. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic, wasn't it? Do I actually have anything that helps me restore Magicka? No, not really. Well, lucky enough I can restore it fairly quickly. I don't think I've got anything else I can wear that will help me out here either. I don't think. No. That's you? Oh, no, you don't. And that's how. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Okay, to be honest with you, that one looked kind of like... Yeah, there's not much to that one, apparently. Again, it might be a case of you have to wait till you actually hit someone with it. Okay, so let's have a look at the first summon. So here we are with the first summon. Now that is a funky horse. So let's get on the funky horse. So here we are with Death Charger, and yeah, even if you're absolutely shite with magic, how much does this actually cost to cast? Out of curiosity, 108. So you know, That's 133. So actually, that's not even that's not actually that much actually, to be honest. But yeah, so 108. You can pretty much use this for near enough to get go at the beginning of the game. Near enough. So even if you don't decide to use magic as your main, as a kind of a main form of attacking, or depending on whatever, just level it magic like once or twice, and you'll have enough to have this horse. So effectively, you can have the horse without the need of being extremely powerful magic, which is a bonus. You honest, yeah. All right. So that's Death Trap. Oh yeah, I was going to see it. Is he same speed as a normal horse? Okay, I don't know. It's either the same speed or a little bit slower. But with the amount of armor this horse has got on it, or this dead horse, or whatever you want to call it. Well, it's a dead horse now. But I won't be surprised if it is actually a little bit slower. Right, so let's have a look at the big kahuna. The frostworm. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know if it's going to attack immediately, if it is what I believe it to be, or if it's just going to fly around. The only way to find out is to basically cast it. Brilliant. Okay. He seems happy enough. Obviously, you don't talk. But yeah, there you go. You got yourself a summon all the dragon. So let's have a look. So, wait. Has to be said though, he does a shit job at following, you know. Has to be said, he does a pretty bad job at following. Was he gonna? He's gonna. Oh, there we go. Oh no, he's gonna. Okay, he's got a very long range on the aspect to follow. He's got a very long range on him for that. Unusual, but kind of makes sense. I suppose it's a big dragon. You don't want to get constantly too close all the time, I suppose. Do you? Right. So let's now just very quickly do a quick save. And now we're going to have a look at the spells and their effects on people. All the ones that I've learned, at least anyway. Obviously, it's obviously if that guy's still around, he's obviously going to absolutely probably obliterate everybody. So let's keep it nice and simple. And who are you?
Keep your distance.
Farrell? Farrell? Oh no, I can't pronounce your name. Come here. Then also, look at that. I have an army and they're dead. I mean, I don't. How the fuck did the chicken did it? Okay, in general, how did she die? Was it literally the chicken did it? Did she get killed by Nugget? Oh, hello, dude. Oh, okay, he's flying around. I think. Okay, so that's problematic. Okay, so that could be an issue. I was kind of expecting that to happen, I will have to say. Oh, let's just try to do that. Okay, then. Okay, so you can't seem to resummon him. Okay, so that is something to bear in mind. It does seem to... This may be a bad place to do it. Maybe it... Alright, calm down. It may work better if it's another dragon in the sky, maybe. No. But we'll say, be careful with the dragon then. But, well, alright, we tried to asphyxiate. That was pretty self-explanatory. You just basically pull them over when they die. Or in the case of the woman, gets killed by a fucking chicken nugget walking around on legs. Alright, so we've got 2 more spells to have a look at, just to see what they do. You're going to be another target. I don't like your bag. Actually,
Stay away while you got that spell on you.
yeah, it's on it. Yeah. Okay. See, now there you go. Now he's up in the air. Not came anywhere near right where the fuck I am. But, oh. Oh, he died. But, oh, at least he's in the air. I'm stuck. Okay. Okay, so it does seem to be, unfortunately, the dragon does seem to be a little bit buggy. Unfortunately. Oh, well, let's just hit the period. A Dizzler. Sorry, Dizzler, I'm going to whack you in the face with this cultivar. Or this. Okay. Well, he died. Okay, cool. Okay, so the spells themselves don't seem... Well, otherwise of that demonstration, they don't seem anything like special, but they're probably using aspects of what's already in the game. Hi, buddy. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense for you to be in the air? You know, are they excessively unique? Probably not excessively, but probably are. There are a couple that are probably a bit more unique than others, like the the 70 Death Charger, the looks of this thing, because that's a skull, So it's got a lot of things like that. But maybe you like the idea of being a lich, and so you might have a mod that allows you to kind of make yourself look like. What's she cheering about? Anyway. So yeah, if you're playing as a lich, maybe this might be a good one for you to add, because it has that kind of like obviously that lich aspect to it. The only problem is the frost worm. Obviously, I was having a couple of problems with it. Now I don't know if that's just because of where I'm using it, or if it's because it's trying to attack targets on the ground and it kind of bugs out because of that. And maybe it works better again up in the air. I do not know, but fortunately I'm not at the point where I can test it for that. So you'll have to let me know in the comments below if it's just a bit buggy or if there's a specific way to use the thing. So that's it for this mod. This was Remorseless Winter by the Recusant X, and the port was made by Lunar Liquid. And obviously I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to try that for yourself. Maybe you just want to add some of the spells and then use them. Why not? But right, so we're going to move on to the final mod of the video, which for that I believe I actually need to go back down to Riverwood, and now that we got all these spell books, we got these armors, we got stuff. You're going to have Dragon Priest Mask because of the quest, so you're going to need somewhere to store it all. In the final model that video gives you just that, a place to store all your shit. Alright, and here we are with the final mod of the video, which is actually somewhere different to what I thought it was. I thought it was actually in around Whiterun, and it turns out it's not. It's actually south of Riften. What? Why? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, well, I'm just going to let them deal with that. Okay, well, I still seem to have them come out of nowhere. Right, anyway. So, in this final mod, this is a Birchwood Manor. Now, this was created by Sindal, but ported by C1056 ports, or 1056, or whatever you want to call it. Bye. Yeah, it's basically, and as I said before the interruption, it's actually outside around Riften area, where initially I thought it was around Thingamajiggy, Whiterun, but it's not. It's around Riften. Okay, it says in the description south. Well, I'll say it's more southwest than south, because south is that way. Southwest is over here. But the basically you're looking for when it wants to come up. This bit, Birchwood Pass. Now, this was already here, so you don't need to go and find it. You should be able to just basically fast travel to it straight off the bat, which I was able to do. And so basically, what this basically is it's it's a player home, but it's apparently in its own world space, so it's going to be interesting. Because apparently there's no load doors, apart from this first one apparently. So we're going to have a look inside, I suppose, and see what was there. That. Apparently Bragan likes it. But yeah, so this is Birchwood Manor. So it is apparently its own world space. Obviously it's not had its own map created for it, but that's fine. Because it's just in its own kind of little contained cell. Kind of thing, you know. But yeah, so we've got a thing. So let's just go anywhere. Oh, okay, so we got a grotto. I know there was some stuff in the pictures. So we got a grotto to go and have a look at. As you can see, you can see inside already. And that obviously goes to the aspect of basically no load doors. So we'll have a look. But if that's the case, that's pretty funky. I mean, probably for me, maybe too many windows for me, but fair enough. Here we got the guest house, which I don't know. I'm gonna see if it loads or if it just opens. Alright, so we just popped into the guest house as a little test. We'll have a look, carry looking around the rest of the outdoor space afterwards. So I'm guessing basically it's the guest house does have obviously does have a load door, but the main house is all open without the need to basically go through load doors. Okay, so fair enough. So far it looks all pretty clean and tidy. I don't know if this is an original texture or if it's a new texture or if it's because of a texture mod I've got on. Not 100% sure. So do bear in mind yours might look different to mine. It looks like a bar of soap cloth. That bottle. Can't interact with it, unfortunately, but you know, obviously some of this, so far looks like it's just static decoration, which obviously, you know, obviously nothing wrong with static decoration. Just means that your house ain't gonna get all messy constantly all the time. And plus, anyway, but you don't want to put too much focus on this on the front side because it's a guest house. It's not the main body of the thing. Obviously, you also be a shine of Talos. Obviously, might be a bit different because of a mod. But yeah. So obviously, as well, again, we'll talk about like the textures, like the building itself. The bedding on mine will look different to possibly to yours because of texture mods I've got on. So yeah, you got 1, 2, 3. Okay, you got 6 beds. Look like 6 normal sized beds. No singles. How compatible this is with sending followers here as well, because I could just try something here.
I've got your back.
The problem is if I do that, I don't think I'll be able to send her anything because I don't own anywhere. I don't think. So I'm probably going to skip it out for now. I'll probably do a test with it off screen, and I'll let you know if you can send people here. And if it doesn't, if it's not included in the video, it means then you can't, basically.
Let's get going then.
But that is one thing to bear in mind. It's that I don't know how compatible this is with followers. That was a general look around inside the guest house. Apparently there is a window around here. So as you can see, you can see inside. It's a little bit less detailed. But you know, to be honest, you know that that's not surprising. Look, it's not surprising that it's got a little bit less detail from that part. But you know, fair enough by the fact that they put that a little bit of detail there. Got the farm animals. So we got a chicken coop. We have no chickens. Yeah, you got your smelter, you got your forge, obviously, and here's obviously where you have all your smithing stuff, and you can put all your smithing supplies. By the looks of it, so you just got You know, generic chest, bada bing, bada boom. Try the cinema. Armory, which I'll look at in a bit. So you can put your pelts and hides in there. Nice little picture of an iron battle axe. Town rack. Picture book. And things for leather. Ingots, or so it, specialized storage, all named just for the sake of it. This one's a bit funny, but come on, it was showing up. There you go. Okay, so that one's a bit off, but that might be this game because the game can be funny sometimes like that. But that's useful. It's helpful that it's got like your named storages. Or with sort of like basically with the visuals to help you out if you're a person who likes to keep things nice and organised. Just carry on looking around. Someone's putting out there washing. Oh, it's rock solid washing though. You can't go through it. Don't know what detergent they're using. Okay, there we go. Got a sliding door into. I don't know what. I know it's a still house. Well, this is probably the greenhouse that was mentioned in the thing. Yeah. Ooh, butterflies. Hello, butterflies. Yeah, so obviously this is obviously the greenhouse aspect to it. Cool. Nice. Another new picture book. And obviously again, storage again, potions, poisons. Got some scale. Yeah. Nicely decorated, nice and open. It feels open and airy because all the windows help with that. I will say, open and airy. Nice. That's a nice amount of normal lighting, natural lighting. Can't argue. And then we got the background to here. Many seating spaces. Okay, so we're going to move on to the main house, I suppose, and then we're going to sort of like do like the grotto and the armory. But yeah, let's go have a look at the main house. Ooh. It's a wicker basket and a very modern chair. Well, I say modern compared to Skyrim at least, anyway. Right, here's the main part though. He's so excited he's jittering. He's also trapped. You coming in? There you go. Right. So yeah. Okay, so obviously you got your main front room here. It's very snug and cozy. Don't know what that is. Okay. Boom. Oh, you're an actual. Okay, you're an actual strong box. Okay, cool. There's definitely some unique models here, but again, they're just static models, but still fair enough. And we got fancy desk, fancy fireplace. Bird cage with no bird, unfortunately. Okay, you can place a weapon up there, so that works. Place where your key is. Oh, okay. I expected it just to be like a loading one, but apparently not. Fair enough. Nice little cabinet. We got it here. We've got the kitchen. And dining room. Big fancy ass dining room. Nice. Lots of windows, nice view. Can't argue. Nice little tapestry on the wall. Nice. You got your kitchen space. Let's have a look. So I will say so far it does appear to be with this that it does appear to be a lot of it is stacked. Right, so just had a technical issue. Right, yeah, so, yeah. Anyways, and then obviously you've got over here, you've got storage, well, got cold storage here apparently. Well, I know this now, reasons. Cold storage, you've got a place for some water, wines, mead and ales, and all that kind of wonderful stuff. But yeah, so, yeah. I like the kitchen, it's nicely laid out, nicely decorated, spacious, lots of lights, all this goods. Then over here we have the well, basically is a bathroom. So I've obviously, as you saw, the doors are open. I've already been here. So basically, you can send, if you've got a follower, say for example, you can send them into here and sit them, say, on the chair over there. If they do that, or if any other NPC interacts with that chair, they automatically get undressed. Because you wouldn't go into a bath, hot tub or anything like that fully armoured. And then when they leave, it then redresses them again. But one thing to bear in mind is that it doesn't do it. Well, in my testing of it, it didn't do it with pre. So I don't think it works on your character, but only on NPCs. But yeah, all in all, have a little bathtub, this more static decoration, just a bit of storage there, not like you'll do much of it, but there you go. Then if we go up and around into here, we have the children's room. You can tell it's the children's room because all the toys. Got a space for 6 children. I think that's a bit too many children, in my opinion. But if you want 6 kids, add 6 kids. But yeah, so you know you got some stack of decoration of like toys and stuff. So you got some bears and there's a big mouse. Probably little toy box. You know, view of the outside in the back garden. So it's all it's all nice room for the little kids. But yeah, but in my previous, before I realised the technical problem, I was looking at these. So you got Building Block Insane Creations Co. Now, I don't know if that is a reference to something, or if this has been taken from something else. I don't know. Or if it's something that they created specifically just for this. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, they are missing number 1. You got A, B, and C, but then you've got 2, 3, and 4. So I don't know where block 1 is. Maybe obviously someone can't count. But either way, there you go. And then obviously my kids have been doing a bit of painting. Bit of reading, bit of looking at that box, a bit of poker, apparently. I'm sure it's meant to be just a pallet box or something. I don't know. Yeah. Nice, big, spacious, open. Well, mind you, this whole house has been like big, spacious, and open, really. Actually, not too bad, actually. Alright, so we're going to go upstairs. There might be somewhere else after this, yeah. So we'll go there afterwards. We've got mannequin storage. We're going into the thing. Oh, how many books are they expecting you to have? That's a lot of books. I'm guessing it's all bookshelf. And up there. Display case and more bookshelves. And display case and more bookshelves. So if you're a person who likes to collect books or just grabs whatever book they can, you've got enough storage for it. Holy hell. Right. Then if we go over here, we got just a little desk area with a safe, but it's empty. Oh, that sucks. Oh well, not the end of the world. Oh, is that the lights? Okay, so one thing it did say was that lights will, in the nighttime, lights will automatically turn on, and in the daytime will automatically turn off. So I think that was just all the lights turning on at the point when I was looking at the map. So we didn't see it, but you saw the lights come on, which I think that's pretty cool. That you have an automatic light system in it, which is not actually that bad. Spell terms, a bit of decoration, scrolls, well. You got your enchanter, soul gems. Yeah, a few magical endaements and stuff like that. Good old magical cauldron. And a fancy book page. Fancy. And then, yeah, and then just extra storage if you want to use it. A nice little alcove with your enchantment stuff in. Not too bad. Here we have. Okay, I'm gonna. Well. Okay, so either this is the main bedroom, well, master bedroom, or a follower's bedroom. For the moment, I'm gonna say master bedroom. Just because it's got a bit more to it. But obviously, you got a place for armor, clothes. That's just spare space, spare space. There is a strong box in there. Helmets, gauntlets, boots, more, well, shoes. So we see armoured stuff, non-armoured stuff. And then, yeah, okay. Nice. Oh, would it be, I mean, well, I think, would it be nice if there was like a sliding door aspect to it, but I can understand they might not want to put it in because of potential clipping with doors and stuff, so it's understandable. Would have been a nice addition, but I can understand why they wouldn't put it there. Don't think someone from the Thieves Guild. I think I'm not sure. Picture of Dragon's Reach. We have. Don't know. Don't know what that's supposed to be a picture of. Maybe somewhere around Solitude Ray? Maybe? Might be wrong. And also you've had a few shrines dotted around the place as well. A bit more just decoration. Your own little jewelry box. A very matte mirror. Okay, bags and pouches, cloaks, hats and hoods, and gloves. So not unique looking storage for this one, but segmented storage, which is still pretty good if your person likes to keep things a bit more organised. Dawn Star. Okay, nice bedroom. And then you have your own little balcony. Hello, balcony. Nice. I'll keep the door. Okay, so I don't think you can open the windows, can you? No, the windows don't really like to be opened. Okay, so what's up top then? What's up here then? The gallery. All right then. Okay, so obviously you had a couple of bits and pieces where you could put like a weapon and well, like an armor set kind of thing. But obviously, if you've got a lot more than that, then you've got the gallery up here, which obviously has plenty of storage. Different treasure maps. If you had the particular, basically, bugs in a jar. Ognifinium, Clappercard's butt. So obviously stuff to do with Daedric quests and the weapons from Daedric quests. We got the Paragons storage, Elder Scrolls. I mean, do you have? I suppose you can have all three on you at some point, can't you? I think. So there you go. Place for the city shields if you decide to grab them all. Rugger masks, amulets of all the deities, all the dragon claws, all the black books. So yeah, it's literally everything. Storage for all, pretty much basically everything. All the kind of unique items you could possibly keep, use, have, can all be displayed in here, along with all your weapons and armor. So, funky. So now I'm just thinking, if you have that up there in the gallery part, so what's the armory then? And as you can see, yeah, you know, you can see all the lights are lit up outside a bit. So yeah, but yeah, if you've got the gallery for your weapons and stuff up there, what's this? Okay, so effectively, it's just another one. It's another one, but I think the difference with this one, it doesn't have as much. Because you got display cases and all that, but it doesn't have all the stuff of like the Dragon Priest masks and the unique items. So this one is specifically more for just any kind of like weapons and armors and all that kind of stuff, basically. Which obviously with like mods and stuff like that in place and this and that and the other, obviously you do end up getting a lot. Though sometimes modded armors don't work well with mannequins. That's one thing to keep in mind. But right. Now I know there's still the grotto to go and have a look at, but I'm actually gonna, on purpose, leave that out. So if you are curious about what's inside the grotto, then you'll just have to download the mod for yourself and go and have a look. Yeah? So obviously I will leave a link in the description below for you to download it for yourself so you can investigate the grotto. But for me, that is it. 'Cause this is probably been gone on for a bit of time now. So I think this video. So I think it's time to end it. But this was Birchwood Manor by Sindal and ported by C1056 Ports. And obviously, as I just mentioned, there will be a link in the description below if you want to have a look for yourself, if you want to add it into your mods list, if you want to check out what the grotto looks like, all of that wonderful stuff. And of course, we had all the other mods in the video, and of course, they will all have links in the description below as well, if you want to go and check them out for yourselves. But right, so that's it for this video. If you have any mods that you would want me to look at, or want to at least suggest, then let me know in the comments below. And yeah, remember to like the video, why not subscribe to the channel, check out my other Skyrim videos, other ones to do with Xbox, and other mod videos in relation to PlayStation. And so yeah, so that's it for this one. So until next time, I'll see you all later.